From what I can tell, they make primarily high-end knives, but they've released a couple of budget entries that are just way over the top, and this is one of them. We're going to talk a little bit about it and maybe explain why this may very well be the highest value budget knife I've ever seen. Now, I've seen a number of budget knives, and I have reviewed a number of budget knives, but I've never seen anything like this. This is a milled titanium pocket clip with all T8 construction completely around the knife. The whole thing is T8 construction. It has a brass collar, full contour G10, a crowned spine, 14C28N blade steel, a really well done DLC coating, not just on the blade, but also on the liners themselves and the clip and the screws. The action on this knife is actually ridiculous. There aren't many knives, in fact, that I know that have action this good. It is so smooth and so drop shut. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. And this is definitely my kind of knife when it comes to blade length. They say that this knife is 3.5 inches. That's what they said. But that's actually not true. Now, where the heck did I put the... sorry, I was looking for this. This is just a clear ruler. But you can see we are well over the 3.5 mark. We are at 3 3/4 inches blade length. So this is a big knife, and I like that. I like that a lot. I am a huge fan of large folding knives, and this is definitely in that realm. Now, let's do some comparisons real quick as far as knives. Very, very comparable in length to the Praxis, in fact, with a slightly bigger cutting edge. Slightly, and I mean slightly. And this is an important comparison because this is maybe the knife that it ends up replacing in my top 10. So we have this, and I just want to go over a couple more things about it. So it is, of course, a liner lock. The one downside, this is really the only downside of the knife, so we can just get it out of the way, is the fact that the lock bar is not the easiest to access. It's possible, and it does kind of have a cutout, but in order to keep that beautiful shape, they have decided not to kind of cut a dip out of the G10, and that's fine. Honestly, it hasn't bothered me that much. But if you might have trouble. If you've had trouble with liner locks in the past, this one may give you issues as well. So that's the only downside that I have found so far with this knife, which is very, very impressive. Now, the Praxis is a very, very good comparison, not just from size, but also from price. Right now, these are sitting around $43, and this is sitting at $48. So for $5 more, I'm getting a milled titanium pocket clip, all T8 construction, brass collar, minimal, practically no branding at all, 14C28 blade steel, and just one of the best actions I have ever experienced on a knife. Like, almost, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, this is approaching Vero level, as I like to call it. Like, not quite there, but it's close. It's real close. So, there isn't all that much more to say about this knife. I am not the first one to review it. From everything I can tell, this company has done a very good job on their heat treatments, very good job on their fit and finish. Doesn't matter what model they've done. These guys are blowing on the market with some of the best value knives I have ever seen, like ever. Now, this may be bigger than I think a lot of people want to have. So my hope is that they make exactly this knife, but they do it in a size range that I think more people would be into, like this one. Now, this is one of my other favorites. This is the Petrified Fish Mini Beluga. So a 3-inch blade. And now in my collection, I like the having both of these. I think they kind of are two different knives for different purposes. So I like this comparison quite a bit. It's the same reason why the Praxis is usually my knife of choice when it comes to the large knives. What we're going to find out over the next, I don't know, couple weeks, because I'm going to carry this, is can this replace the Praxis in my collection? I don't know if it can, mostly because of just how slicey the Praxis is, and it's very, very useful. But I tell you, there is one knife in my top 10 that could get replaced, and that is the Airlight. Now, the Airlight is a completely different style of knife, but if the question is which one would I give up if I was going to try to keep the Miguron, I don't know if I could give up the Miguron, man. Very, very, very nice. I am super impressed by this knife, like crazy impressed. I cannot wait to try more knives from this brand. Now, this is one of the only ones that they offer currently on Amazon. So I'll put a link to that down in the description. But I am blown away. And these knives, all four of these, are some of my absolute favorite budget knives. All under $60. They rock. Every single one of them for different purposes. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't met many knives that can really compete in my collection with the Praxis. And this feels like it could theoretically do that. It's not as slicey as the Praxis, but my God, the everything from the shape, the way it looks closed and open, I mean, this gives me great joy. I cannot even begin to say. And just like Civivi, they have decided to skip any of the major branding opportunities and keep it nice and clean and just elegant. That was a very, very, very good choice on their part. So well done, Miguron. I'm very, very impressed. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk again soon.